After Aerialytic has generated a design, you may need to make some additional changes or edits. You can do this by clicking the design card and selecting Open Designer Mode in the top right corner, or by clicking the Designer Mode button on the Design Requests section. When designing your Aerialytic layout, start from the top and work your way down. Complete each section in order to prevent any issues with your design. Sections above the shading area should be adjusted before running shading. Sections below can be worked on after the shading is complete. If you only need to revise the design, you can go directly to the design section. The first section is roof segments. Here you can add, remove, or edit roof sections and set the pitch, azimuth, and eave height of each roof face. The measure, optimize, and edge detection buttons will help align the roof segments perfectly. The Run Design AI button allows you to revert changes, and the Segment Labels tab allows you to set the type for each segment. The Home icon on the right side toggles the roof segments on and off. Once your roof segments are adjusted, you can move on to Obstacles. This section allows you to mark or add vents, power lines, pipes, or any other roof obstacles. Obstacles can be added as a polygon or a point, and you can add keep-out lines to stop panels from being placed on entire roof faces. Once obstacles are added, you can manually adjust the radius, height, and setback of each. Next, you can move on to adjusting the trees section. The trees section allows you to add, remove, or edit existing trees. If the image on your design shows the trees without leaves, you will want to make sure to add in each tree so that the shading calculates properly when it is run later on. Only trees that are manually drawn in will show in the trees list. Once a tree is manually added, you can adjust the height and shape and choose whether it should be included in the shading calculations. The tree icon on the right-hand side will toggle on or off any trees that you have manually added. The next step is shading. Select Run Shading to run the shading model. A bar will appear across the top of the design to indicate the progress. Do not leave this page while the shading is running. Once the shading is complete, you can click TSRF at the top to choose between TSRF, TOF, and Solar Access. Clicking Year will allow you to toggle between viewing the shading averaged as a year or month by month. Clicking the sun icon on the right-hand menu will enable or disable the shading simulator. Once you've finished running the shading on your design, you can move on to Fire Setbacks. This section allows you to choose between having general or edge label setbacks. General setbacks apply the same distance around each roof edge, whereas the edge label section allows you to set setbacks based on each type of edge. Clicking the fire icon on the right-hand side will turn the fire setback view on or off. Once setbacks are in place, select Design. The Design section allows you to select the consumption profile, panel, and inverter you want to use on your design. You can also add a battery, as well as adjust the spacing of the racking buffer, row spacing, and tilt. The Fill mode allows you to choose whether you want panels filled vertically, horizontally, or both. Lastly, click Fill Panels and the Aerialytic software will run, creating a max fit design. If you want to make additional changes to your design after the AI is finished running, click Revise. The Revise section allows you to add, remove, rotate, and move panels on your design. When you are finished making adjustments to your design, click Create Design. If you aren't ready to create your design yet, click Save Changes to save your progress. The new design will not show on the design card until you have clicked Create Design. Aerialytic will load the new design into proposal mode. Toggle the panels on and off to reach your desired production or offset. As you do this, you'll see the offset and production automatically update. Once the desired production or offset is reached, select Save. Congratulations, you've just finished your Aerialytic design.